Alright, hello everybody, and good morning. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the PlayStation 5 Pro, where we are here on this fantastic Tuesday. So we're going to focus on a couple things here to start off the stream, and then I'll probably be in free flight after that. But I keep getting some reports of some bugs, so as usual, I like to see if I can replicate them or not. And yeah, so without further ado, let us dive into this, because I never had any issues with this, so I doubt I'll have it again. Somebody was saying that the Cessna doesn't start on the first mission, which the first mission is, of course, the private pilot's license, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. Some other things too, finally got to the airliner stuff. I got the 737 over the weekend. Been loving that plane. I did end up selling it just to go into the A321. Not too much of a fan of the A321. I feel like it sucks through fuel in no time. Yes, you can add fuel through the tablet, but still not really my cup of tea. So I sold that, went back to the 737, and it's a brand new one. I haven't flown this one specifically just yet, but it has been awesome. I did a flight yesterday from Orlando to Iceland, and what a flight it turned into. I don't know if you saw the YouTube post or my post on Twitter over the 737 flying under the... I never knew that the Aurora Borealis got that strong, because we've shown it a few times on the stream, and I was under the impression that that's what the Aurora looked like in the sim. I already thought that looked cool, so... And then yesterday it was just blanketing the sky. It looks so cool, and just made me love this sim even more. Right, anyway, sorry, I got distracted by that. So let me just take a quick look at this. I still don't ever... I think what they were doing is they weren't taking the engine cover off the front of the aircraft, so the engine obviously won't start if it's blocked by air. Or not blocked by air, just air can't get through, so... But hello, Monorific, and Joe, and Norfolk, and Daniel, and Bryce, and Thomas. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. Glad you enjoyed the T-34B stream that we did last week, and then, of course, enjoying the Marketplace update video that went out yesterday. So, very much appreciate the continued support. Let's have a fun stream today. Because, yeah, again, I'm pretty sure the person that commented that the Cessna doesn't start, they weren't removing the engine covers, because that's the only thing I could possibly think of. R1 and down on the D-pad not starting an aircraft. But I'll see if something randomly changed here, but I'm going to assume that's not the case. And there we go. Alright, well that was a quick test. It went the way I was assuming it was going to, because I've not had any issues starting any aircraft in the sim, so... If you end up watching this, make sure your engine covers are off on the front of the aircraft, or the engine will not start. Career mode is so hard at the start to get money to complete the pilot training. I mean, I'm trying to think back. I mean, it's a bit of a grind, sure, but once you get things going, especially once you get into light and medium cargo, things ramp up quite fast. Because now, you know, with the 737 that we have now, I finished up a couple missions, and those two missions gave me 40 million credits. And I know the A320 and A321, you can skip the flight and get the full amount of money and all that. I don't want to do that, because I have no interest racing through the career mode and just having a boatload of credits, so I am not interested in that part of it. But anyways, with the 737 airliners, you make just a ton of money, which is great. I'm now going to just utilize the 737, because it's the only aircraft I have. I got rid of everything else, because before I got the used 737, I sold the CJ4 and the PC-24 to have enough money to purchase the used 737, use that up, sold the used one for the A321 like I said, Didn't like the A321 just because of the fuel consumption. Even when you were doing everything right, flying at the correct altitude, and bringing the power back so you're not sucking through everything, the fuel just was dropping so fast. Wasn't really that interested in it, so sold the A321, bought this brand new 737, and it's been excellent. So, but yeah, once you get to the airliners, you're making a ton of money, and now all these credits are going to be saved up, so when heavy and super heavy cargo missions arrive, I'll be able to purchase like the A330 for cargo, hopefully the Beluga. I would love to use that in career mode when the time comes. So, the other thing I want to test again is continuing our C-17 stuff, because again, you know, people say that the audio's broke. I feel like the only time the audio's breaking with the C-17 is if there's a multiplayer plane next to you, typically a fighter jet. It'll break the audio of the C-17. But if you fly solo, you're pretty much not having an issue at all. So we'll just kind of test that out again and go from that. So let's see. Where do I want to go? Go to Egypt. Let's go to Portugal. Let's go here. Let's head on over here. And Atlas, good morning to you, and Mr. Longboa 64, good morning from Pennsylvania. Happy to have you here from Pennsylvania. And Sush, hi Cal, can you show the companies you got set up and what aircraft you were using to earn? I don't have any. I don't do passive income. I don't set up any of my planes for AI pilots. Because again, I'm really not in too much of a rush to get a boatload of cash. I'm just wanting cash that I'm making myself. So if I do have other aircraft, they're just sitting there doing nothing. Because I don't want to run into a point where, because I know there's a lot of people that do like 8,000 different planes in their hangar. I never want to get to that point myself. I typically only have 1 or 2 planes per company. Right now I only have the 737, I don't have anything else. But even if I do have other planes, I just never have them set to AI pilots, because I don't want to worry about maintaining a whole gigantic fleet of aircraft and eating through my money, so that's kind of how I know I do things really weird compared to what I'm sure most people do. But yeah, I don't use the AI pilots for passive income.
Wax fail. Wax fail.
Let's go ahead and get our pushback here. Oh. Hang on. I got it through the speakers. Hold up.
At Alpha Papa 908, requesting pushback.
And Almost Aaron, good morning to you. Career mode, I've had almost no bugs other than ATC, but I've had 2 crashes today already. Are they working on server updates? I've not experienced anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, other than, I mean, my experience, did the longest flight so far in career mode with the 737 is about 6.5 hours. And it's so nice. There's no issues with performance. The PlayStation doesn't get hot. It's just, you know me. I've very much enjoyed my experience over here, and it's been awesome. But no crashing, no major bugs. Honestly, the ATC's been way better than, you know, if you played on the PC and Xbox in the beginning in career mode, there were so many moments where you'd always have to open the communication tab in order to continue talking to ATC. I've only run into that maybe once or twice since the launch of PlayStation, and it's been excellent. It's just so nice not dealing with that nonsense anymore. Obviously, ATC is going to be improved throughout the year, You know, with the collaboration, which I believe is beyond ATC. Could be wrong on that, but either way, we're going to see some improvements with that throughout the year, I'm sure. Just really excited to see what comes this year. Best way to make money at the start is to afford, I mean, all I was ever doing was, you know, obviously the beginning is ferry flight, or not ferry flights, but flight seeing and first flights. Missions that I never touch again after the beginning part of the mission. But I would just work towards cargo. Anything cargo related is what I would be focused on for sure. And yep, Atlas, I agree. And Brandon, hello, Cowtown. I flew around Iceland last night amongst the northern lights. It was really quite beautiful, as I've never seen that in-game before. Same here, Brandon. I mean, like I was saying earlier, we've seen it before, but it was really little patches of it, which I already thought looked cool, so I didn't think much of it. And then on the horizon, I saw it building up. I was like, oh, that looks amazing. I left for a bit, came back, and I was under the whole blanket of northern lights. It looked incredible. It was awesome. I was just staring, because I was an external camera, taking pictures and videos over it. I was like, man, this is sweet. Oh, I didn't realize I engaged the brakes again. I was wondering why we weren't moving. I was like, what's happening here? But again, just doing some more tests with the C-17 to see audio. I did solo off-camera stream, or not, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Off-camera testing with the C-17, and still was not able to replicate the crackling audio solo. So I believe it has to do with multiplayer traffic next to you glitching out the C-17. I still think AI traffic can also cause some issues with that. And Michael Smith, good day from Germany. Well, welcome from Germany. Happy to have you here. I'm still on the small Cessna parachute missions. I haven't even unlocked the skydiving missions. They're just not worth the time.
Stabilizer. Stabilizer.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't trim you out.
APU door.
There we go.
APU door. APU door.
I'm still learning the C-17. I've just done the basics of this aircraft more so than anything else.
APU door.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm hearing the C-17. This is a nice view right here. Yeah, with the Airbuses, I believe, I mean, I've been told, I don't know, it gives you the full amount pretty much. With the, I believe it's the A320 and the A321, but I didn't test it out myself. Got my turboprop license yesterday. Have you done a video on how to fly the Cessna Caravan? I'm struggling a bit. Yeah, I mean, I did the first medium cargo mission as a video and everything like that with the Grand Caravan. So I have a couple things over that, but I can always dive into it again here in the live stream and kind of give my tips again regarding how to land it and everything. Just wanted to start off with the C-17 again just to kind of see if we can replicate any audio issues. Love it, Monorific. Joe, I mean, I never had the audio issues, other than with multiplayer planes around me. Flying this thing solo, I never had any audio issues with it. Because this has been my experience anytime I've been in the C-17. And David, good morning to you! This plane now supports career mode, the C-17? No. It will support remote cargo operation missions when that arrives in the future, which hopefully maybe will come out. Maybe we'll have that come out with heavy and super heavy. Maybe that's why things have been delayed a little bit. We might get a little bit more than we were expecting, which would be nice. So we'll see. That's just me speculating. I don't know any insider knowledge. And Rhodey, greetings to you. Welcome to the stream. We've done community flights around Japan already. Hey, Pale Knight. Hello, hello. And Simon, good afternoon to you. Welcome to the stream. And Game Crash Test Dummy, hello to you. Can you please sing Kokomo in the C-17? I'm gonna go ahead and decline that. No creator still doing career? I do career mode all the time. It'll be back when heavy and super heavy cargo missions come by. I don't do career mode on live streams because that's not good content anyways. I'll never understand doing a long flight in one plane the whole time, because I don't find that enjoyable myself, because I'm not going to sit around for 4 hours looking at this view at 40,000 feet, so I'm always playing career mode. I did that all week long. I love that mode so much. So, I've definitely not lost interest. Can't wait to get the MD-11 on my Xbox Series X. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I still love that it's coming to the marketplace and will support career. That is awesome. And it's a fun plane too. It's been a blast flying that one. Just like the T-34. Moosted. But yeah, the T-34B is another awesome plane that will absolutely be purchased on the marketplace for me. Again, okay. My goodness gracious. When I live stream, I do it in free flight, because that way people can join. Right now I think multiplayer's off. I'm gonna just turn it back on here after I land the C-17. That's why I don't do... We've done career stuff in the streams before anyways with search and rescue. I mean, it's not like it's not... I don't know why I'm explaining myself anyways. Love career mode. I'm not going to be the channel that does these 4-hour, 5-hour airliner flights and sits in the cockpit forever and then disappears for half the stream and puts music on. I'm not going to be that way. Anyways, of all the games, this career mode is way better than any other career mode. I love the career mode. I mean, it's awesome. It's great that third-party developers are starting to support the mode as well. And then, of course, we will get to the new missions. It's not like it's just gone and nothing is updated or anything else. There will be new content. It's all good. And just because the big channels don't play career mode doesn't mean people aren't interested in it. It's always the biggest thing that's always been annoying to me with content creation. It's like, oh, the big streamers aren't doing it anymore, so that means the game's dead, or this is dead, and everything. It's just like, oh my goodness gracious. Because I can assure you, all my time is in career mode when I'm not making content. But when we get the heavy airliner certification missions unlocked, the eVTOL certification, those will be 2 separate videos. And then of course we'll have videos over the heavy cargo and the A330, remote cargo operations in the C-17, probably the A-400 as well. Do a Saab 340 mission with heavy cargo. The Beluga with super heavy. We'll eventually have, or we will probably have that immediately, is the special space cargo delivery with the Beluga, because that'll have its own special mission with that, which will be really cool to see how that's all simulated. I'm sure it'll have some custom animations, because then he builds did a fantastic job with the Beluga's animations for cargo. And there's just I'm so excited to see what career mode will bring in the new year, because again, like I've been saying, career mode was kind of set to the side a little bit. There were some things server side that were introduced, but obviously and most importantly, the focus was on stability and optimization and just overall work on the sim itself. It makes sense that career mode wasn't really attended to too much. Again, there were some quality of life changes and things that have happened between release and now, but now that all that focus with performance and optimization cannot be a 100% the focus for Sim Update 5, 6 in the future, we're going to start seeing more and more stuff for everything else in the sim. Which again is why I'm not so upset that, okay, sure, would I love to have heavy and super heavy cargo already? Absolutely. But I completely understand as to why that hasn't happened. It was all that focus throughout the year after the rocky start. But I feel like this year is going to be completely different for the sim and other modes. And James, you are absolutely welcome. I love playing on all 3 platforms. I mean, it just gives me an excuse to play even more flight sim. So I absolutely love it. I mean, Simon, that is perfectly... I'm not saying don't do it. It's just for me, I don't want to do it. You know, the skipping and just getting the money really quick. If you do that, that's perfectly fine. I understand not everybody wants to go through the grind. That's what's nice about the sim, is you're able to, you know, play it the way you want to. With sim rate, with skipping, and all that type of stuff. But very nice. It's a great selection of aircraft for you, Simon. Did they do an update on PS5 in the last few days? No. I mean, there wasn't a specific update to the PlayStation. They could be doing stuff in the server-side back-end stuff, for sure. Because, I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that goes on in the background anyways. So that can absolutely happen. Where you could notice things are different outside of just full-on downloading updates specifically. Career mode and Challenge League are the only way I've played the game since released, other than a couple free flight with Cow and the gang, and we all talk about career every stream. Yeah, I mean, again, basing decision or things and popularity based off big channels covering it makes no sense to me. Just like the Steam charts and all that type of nonsense you see online. Because all I know is there's a ton of talk about career mode on the forums of Flight Sim, on this channel. Like you said, we always talk about career mode. I love that mode, and it's going to be exciting to see where it goes. Hey Couch is asking when the spring update comes. Will the F-22 be available? Jacob, we don't know the specifics of what's going to be available, but I would assume the marketplace is probably going to be pretty packed. Especially with this nice gap between the release and third-party content. Because again, I think it was all about giving the third-party developers time to realize that the PlayStation stuff was happening, get their planes ready to go. Because I feel like the marketplace is going to be pretty packed once it does release in the spring with third-party content. Kind of dead gaming I don't know what you want me to say, Barry. I don't know. Anyways, just dissatisfied that FMJ's not here. I'm surprised FMJ's not here yet. Michael, yes. At this point, everything is going to be released at the same time for every platform, for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So once Sim Update 5 releases, Sim Update 5 will be available for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. All at the same time, third-party content will arrive in the marketplace. It's going to be an exciting time. And Cynic5581, I only use a DualSense controller. All 500 hours of my time on the PlayStation version of the Sim has been using the gyroscope controls in the DualSense controller. And it has been excellent. Hey FMJ, welcome. Well, Barry, that's why I don't watch many other, especially the bigger channels. Bigger channels bail on things when things don't work right. I mean, there were so many that disappeared off Flight Sim because, oh, it's not the way I want the Sim to be. I was throughout the thick and thin of 2024 without bailing on it. I was here trying to help out. I'm always in the betas, doing my bug reports and everything like that. That's why I don't have interest in what other channels do. Because I'm here to enjoy the Sim I love, and I will continue to love it. Even after the rocky start. I know it wasn't great, but some channels made it seem like it was unplayable, which that was never the case. So, that's why I do not care what other channels do. Do we have a release date for Sim Update 5? Nope. Just springtime is the target range. We really won't have a target date until we're really close. Asobo's done doing exact dates anymore. Because you know, they were doing that with the first few Sim updates and everything like that, but after targets were missed and people were freaking out about it, they stopped doing it. And I don't blame them. At this point, it'll just come out when it comes out. But spring is the goal time frame at the moment, with Sim Update 5's beta going to be starting here probably next week. I'd be surprised if it starts this week. I would bet more in the next week or so for that beta to start. Core tip for anyone who does VIP charter flights, buy 30 PC-24 jets and then things will take off for the 737. Very nice, Pale Knight. Oh, I've loved 2024 since it released. I've never touched 2020 again. And never plan on touching 2020 ever again, just because 24 is awesome. Oh, of course, yeah, Barry, no doubt. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, if you search for Flight Sim on YouTube, I'm sure most of the stuff that comes up is going to be like, is Flight Simulator over? Oh, the career mode's dead. You know, it's just all that type of stuff, of course. That's what gets more views. I just... It's sad, but that's just how it is, unfortunately. But, again, it's something we don't do here. I just give you the information that we know about the sim with updates, new marketplace updates, everything like that. And that's it. There's not going to be any clickbait here. It's just none of that nonsense. It's just going to be about gameplay and what's actually happening with the sim. It's not going to be a whole thing about where it's just like, is this really happening in Flight Sim question mark? Like, it's just, that's why I just, so much of that. Okay, sorry, let me descend here. Get out of this 1000 call out. But yeah, we don't do that here. We don't do ad reads. We don't have a bunch of sponsors on the screen. We don't do any of that here. It's just about the gameplay, having fun on all 3 platforms the sim is on. And that's how it'll always be. And then after this, we'll hop in the Grand Caravan. That way I can give some pointers out for landing and flying that. I'll also make sure multiplayer is on so you guys can fly with us. Which again is on US East servers.
450, 400, 350,
350.
300, 250,
Ooh, we are sliding on that glide slope.
200, 150, 100, 50, 14, 13, 20, 10.
Landing gear malfunction, excuse me? Oh. Heard a couple pops with the reverse. Did the reverse trigger it now? Because now I hear it. No, I don't hear it anymore. I heard a few pops though. Really happy with that landing. I don't know why it gave us a landing gear malfunction though, but that was nice. Injustice loved this sim on the PS5. Couple of game crashes, but that's normal up until now. When the game crashes, I still get a little payment because it crashed. Yes. I mean, that wasn't a thing until Sim Update 4 released, which is a great change. It still sucks, but thankfully it's not something that happens very often. I don't even know the last time the sim crashed on me, actually. It's been a bit. Which is great. No doubt about it. And absolutely, James... Oh, I'm hearing them again. Did the reverse thrusters break it? I think it might have just been loading the airport in and causing it, because now I don't hear it anymore. Interesting. But other than the landing part, didn't hear any pops, so... It's still there, but not as... I mean, I don't know. I need to keep testing, because most of the time my tests that I've done off-stream too, I didn't hear anything, so it seems to be random when it happens, or doesn't happen. So that is still up in the air. But alright, let me make sure, because I think I had multiplayer off. I did not, but I think... Hold up. There we go. So let's head over to... Well, first of all, let's pick the Grand Caravan here. Give it a nice livery. And this was the C-17 Der Fraß 33. Oh, I don't... Oh, that's why. Give me something here. Ooh, I like this red and white one. Excellent international logistics. I really hope Sim Update 5 finally brings in the livery editor for career mode. I really want to fly with other liveries. Because then maybe I'll buy other planes. Because, you know, having a whole fleet of 737s with, you know, like a Spirit Airlines, Air New Zealand, all that type of stuff would be nice. Aero Mexico. You know what? Let's go for this island here, then we can make our way to Tokyo. So we're going to Romeo Juliet Tango Hotel. I'm not gonna. I was gonna try to say it, but I'm not gonna bother. I don't want to absolutely butcher it. And we're not gonna be live time, so make sure you're set to all players, US East servers, and you'll see us. Thank you, Monorific. I know you mentioned you don't do keybinds, but have you considered making them on my horse? To use the... I don't have a HOTAS. I'm not buying one for the PlayStation. Reverse thrust is R1 and circle. That goes to the detent. That's a default button layout for that. But yeah, I have no intention of buying a flight stick for the PlayStation. I love the gyroscope. Even though we really don't need a pushback for this. By the way, I saw New Zealand. I saw Kiwi Flyer in the sky. There's FMJ. Where did Kiwi go? Oh, there you are. What do you... Oh, you're in the DC-3. Very nice. Oh, people are filing on in. Welcome, everybody. temp? Excuse me? Oh, let me release the parking brake here. It's definitely pretty awesome, Alan, for sure. And Matt, do you think PS5 will ever have a replay? Oh, absolutely. It'll eventually have one. I'm hoping... Okay, if Flight Control Replay can get their crap together and make it a good program, then I welcome it. But if not, I'm hoping Asobo's working on another plan regarding replay in the sim. Oh my god, okay, that pushback tug was really pushing us back here, good. Popping a wheelie in the Grand Caravan. So anytime you're flying with turboprops, you really want to bring that RPM, oops, not all the way down that way. And let's see, do we have a low idle on this? No. Oh yes, we do, perfect. Because if you go full RPM and everything, you are going to be having a fun time taxing turboprops. Oh, that's why I was in reverse. Let's not be in reverse, please. This is a nice airport. Why am I still in... Are we good? Are you okay? Why am I still in reverse? There we go. I was like, what is happening here? What is Are you okay? Oh, you're still... Get away from me. No wonder. I didn't realize the pushback was still here. Go away from me, please. No wonder everything... I was like, oh, this is so weird. Okay, can you leave me, please? Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye. Goodness. You couldn't even see it from inside here. Alright, now I need to get everything back under control here. Alright. Everything's fine, folks. The pushback tug is finally eliminated. I saw... Wait, what? Oh, hang on. I'm falling behind. Oh. Hello, Sean. Hey, Cal. Sorry I can't stay. Just dropping by to ask a quick question. I was on the sim earlier and I got a search and rescue mission, but the map layout meant landing was impossible without crashing. No, because now you can land wherever you want to. So if there is a place where you can't land, you can actually land in a general area that you feel safe and walk to rescue the person, which I love that change. It's so nice. So next time you're doing that, make sure you just kind of find a close spot next to them, land the helicopter, exit the helicopter, plane, whatever you're doing the mission with, and you can actually walk over to them and rescue them that way. But yep, Marco, same here. I mean, I've maybe had one crash in the last, I don't know how many hundreds of hours. It's so nice to see that. And Michael, been playing since December 28th and have just over 100 hours game time. Never thought at my 68 years of age I'd get so far as I have. So relaxing to learn. The career mode is brilliant. That's awesome! Love that you're having a blast with the sim. I'm glad I didn't stray you wrong, except for that one person that said I was a scammer last week because they spent $200 on the Aviator Edition and their game was completely unplayable apparently, so... But I'm glad everybody else is having an absolute blast with the sim. But alright, so it's really windy. We're gonna have a pretty much almost a crosswind going on. It's a bit of a headwind, but not much. You can see the windsock is pointed at us like it's gonna shoot out of a cannon there. So we're gonna have to fight with that. And because of that, we're not gonna have too many flaps going on. we'll just do 1 notch. So we're going to hit down on the D-pad once. And the reason we're not doing too much is because that wind is going to be shoving right against the right side of our aircraft here. So we don't need to have too much. Same for landings. We're not going to do too many flaps. We'll probably do 1 notch. But we'll get to that point once we get to landing, because we're going to do a nice touch and go here. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of wind. So we'll keep that in mind. But 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. Let's go full power. A gyroscope mode on. FMJ getting the aerial takeoff. Oh, somebody had the load in right at the wrong time. Ooh. Yep. You can tell the winds here. I'm glad the airliner had to load right as we were moving. Because of course. But when there's a high wind, you can see how especially lighter aircraft can be manipulated by that wind. So we're gonna loop around the peak here. Let's do the left side. We'll follow Paul. We'll just do a nice loop around here, and then work on our touch and go. And Alex, hey Cowtown, Happy New Year. Sorry, it's a bit late. Well, no worries at all. Happy New Year to you, Alex. Hopefully it's been a good one for you. Work has been crazy. Finally at home while you're live. Might even get a flight with you for a bit. Nice! We look forward to seeing you fly with us. Hey Kevin! We have a Discord with over 200 members for PS5 pilots. We would love to have you be part of the community. Also, I'm a huge fan, love your videos. I do not have Discord, but I appreciate the invite. But very nice. And happy to have you here in the live stream. Glad you're enjoying the content. And yeah, FMJ, you know. Got that NDA, though. But yeah, I do not have any insider knowledge of things, so. Hi there, would you rather buy a Caravan or a PC-12 at the start of the freight career? Flo, I mean, it's really all dependent on you. I know a lot of people feel, I mean, the Caravan's a lot more difficult to fly than the PC-12. Especially in windy conditions, there's a lot more going on and everything like that, but I like the challenge of the Caravan, because I've always loved the Caravan ever since I started with Flight Sim. It's always been a plane that I've loved flying no matter what flight sim I'm in. By the way, let's turn on some lights here. You know, safety first with everybody flying around with us here. Oh my, okay. There's a lot of you here already. I appreciate that. That's awesome. But hello, Paul, Temp. Abe Lincoln is back. Bullet, Simon, FMJ, Kiwi, Elric, Marcos, or Marcus, not Marcos, or Marcus. Marcus. Thomas. I don't know what's going on. Is there a clock with seconds on it on the PC-12? I mean, I'm sure there is. I can't name it off the top of my head. Because we have the timer here, of course, the G1000. And of course, if you can't find it, you can always start a timer on your EFB. It's always in the top right. So if you're wanting a timer somewhere, you can always have that set up on the EFB at any point as well. The other key factor, too, is when you're doing career or just want to fly a flight plan with the Grand Caravan, there's a few other aircraft that can be the same way, but you want to make sure, because this is always going to be an LOC-1 localizer, you want to hit CDI a couple times to be in GPS mode, because if you're not seeing magenta on the compass, your aircraft is not going to follow the flight plan in nav mode. So just something to keep in mind. If your aircraft does not follow a flight plan, make sure you're set to GPS mode. It is a 35 knot crosswind going on here. So this will make for a fantastic landing, I'm sure. And Charlotte, hello, hello, welcome. And nice four corners. It's going to be a great upgrade to the PC-12. Hopefully you enjoy it. I do hear a lot of people talking about the gyroscope was not on Xbox. Nope. Because it's just not a feature with the Xbox controllers. It is only a thing with the DualSense controller on the PlayStation, which, again, I very much appreciate when a company takes the time to put all those cool features into it. Because, yeah, gyroscope is awesome. And the video game era, I'm doing great. Hopefully you are as well. I've been doing world photography recently. Some animals are so hard to find. Would be good to do a group flight and work together. Currently looking for lions. Nice. So there should be a heat map. So whenever you're in World Photographer on the EFB, you can go to map settings here and mission and turn on fauna. So when you're doing those animal specific ones, there'll actually be a heat map placed on the EFB itself that'll let you see where the animals are. David, I do not use Simrate, so I don't have any keybinds for it. Where are you? And Charlotte, we're on USE servers, and we are at Romeo Juliet Tango Hotel is the airport that we are at. I'll plop it up on the screen here. So RJTH, there's the airport name right there. I'm not going to bother trying to butcher the name there, so we'll leave that alone. But Romeo Juliet Tango Hotel. So again, we have all this wind going on. I'm not going to have any flaps. It's just so much wind, it's going to pick up our right side tremendously. So we're going to go ahead and go flapless on this landing. What else we're going to do here is I'm going to bring this RPM back down, because we don't need all that extra power going on. We're going to try to go as slow as possible while fighting this crosswind here. Because the wind is also going to be slowing us down, because it's not a full-on, I mean, it's mostly crosswind, but we'll still have a little bit of push from the wind to slow us down. So everything else will be pretty much the same. Right now we're too low. We've entered the glide slope now. We're going to be fighting this wind tremendously, especially when we get closer to the ground. The ground effect will be pretty severe, I'm sure, because you're going to see the turbulence is skyrocketed on final. But again, no flaps for this landing. Boy, oh boy, let me get this camera up a little bit here. And Volvo in a Archer Midnight. Nice. I'm too busy looking at the Archer Midnight, hang on. Oh, oof. Oh boy. Oh, the fact that people are always right next to me at those important moments is not ideal, I'm gonna be honest. Hold on. Let me try that again without the multiplayer freeze here. Alright, this should be better, because that's what all those freezes were about. People were loading on in right next to us. Don't mind the cockpit, it's fine. So we're gonna get that right. I don't want to go in reverse. Asobo, if we could get rid of that, that would be great. Get that right wing down. And again, you don't want to hit the brakes, because if you hit the brakes, you'll see what happens. it makes it really difficult to control on the ground, and you cause issues. So, and even in not high winds, don't use the brakes, because it's going to make it really difficult to control. So what you want to do, I'll let this, hang on, I'll let that not airliner kind of clear the area a little bit. Hang on, I need to back this up a little bit. Slew mode is making us go way faster than I want to be. But yeah, Asobo, can we make it a thing where if there is reverse thrust, make it to where the detent has to be activated? Because I've never liked when planes just immediately go into it when you're just trying to go idle. Never a fan of that. Oh boy, I might have to turn off multiplayer for this. That way we can see this without the frame freezes. Because everybody's always sitting at the end of the runway on landings. I don't know why. So again, when we get on the ground here, get that left rudder in there, try to be as straight as possible on landing. Oh, get the... Oh, I don't have left rudder for some reason. Oh my goodness. All right, hang on. One more attempt here.
Don't sink. Stall.
Now I'm fully at 0 knots here. Very good.
Stall. 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 Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
We're fine.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 500.
But yeah, the Caravan's one of the worst ones for that, where it's just, you want to go idle, but then it's like, oh, here's reverse for you. I don't like when planes do that. Oh, wow, what a drop that was. Ooh. Oh, not a time for a freeze. Or that. Alright, we're gonna go reverse. But you can see the difference between braking and reverse thrust. It gives you so much more control once you are on the ground. It makes it so much nicer. Alright. One more showcase there. Let me go further back here. Especially when there's a detent to get out of reverse.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Alright, my last attempt here. Hopefully I can make it as nice as possible here. Really shoves you down there, huh?
Stall.
Left rudder. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I mean, for that, I mean, if you really want to practice crosswind landings, that's the way to go. It's just either set it up yourself or find one place to just kind of set it up yourself and with live weather, whatever the case may be. Because if you can nail crosswind landings at heavy winds, all the other landings will feel like a breeze at that point. It's a great way of practicing. And of course having slew mode on, which I have it set to square and left on the D-pad. I still want to get at least one good one, because I keep banging the left one in there, but when the wind starts hitting you on the ground, that's when the left wing starts dipping to the ground and the right wing gets picked up. I would hate to be in a plane like this in this weather. I don't know why, it pushes you down a lot right at the end there. Oh, wow, that was a lovely gust. Oof. And there we go. Let me switch out the plane here. But hopefully that kind of helps you out with the Grand Caravan a little bit. It is really fun doing those landings, though. Especially when those gusts come in. You feel like you're good, then all of a sudden the plane gets shot over to the right. It's awesome. Let's do the Titan again. It's been a little bit. A little too much. And then we'll fly over to Tokyo from here. Which should be northwest, right? Oh no, just north. Shouldn't take too long, right? We have some other islands to maybe do a... Oh, no, there's no airport there. There's one there. Because how far is this? Oh, 20... Okay, no, that's perfect. Then, yeah. Excellent. Let me catch up with chat. And be blessed. Hello guys, does anybody have crashes in career on the missions map or freezing mission on a loading screen? I have not had a crash in career mode in a long time. And hello Paul, welcome!
Tokyo Tower, Cessna Charlie Oscar Whiskey Tango, Whiskey November, at runway 26 ready for departure. Straight
Okay, there are the names, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that didn't break. And into the sky we go! So yeah, we'll just hit some of those islands that we run into in the north. Get some lovely touch and goes going. What is Elric flying? A D-17. I don't know, but I definitely know it's not an Embraer 195 E2. It must be one of the aerobatic planes. I kind of want to, hang on, before we go north, I want to do one touch and go with this here. And then we'll head north. I need to upgrade to the Premium Deluxe version, which, oh, it's so... Every time I hear that now, it's so nice to talk about it, because before, the only thing I really liked from it, due to it actually working correctly, was the Chinook. And that's seen improvements. Of course, the 747 Dreamlifter and all that type of stuff has seen improvements. The H-225, it's so nice that all those planes that were having issues have seen fixes and they're actually enjoyable now. Obviously, still work to be done, but it's nice that we're at this point now. And Diecast, thank you for another $1.99. Still stink flying, but I'm not giving up. You got this, Diecast. You'll get the hang of it. Don't feel rushed. Just take your time with it. Have fun with the sim, and everything else will kind of fall into place. But thank you so much for the $1.99. I have the Aviators edition. I could play the game just fine. Yeah, it was just so funny to me. But glad you're having a great experience with it, Chungus. And it is, Paul. That's Premium Deluxe is the one I always personally buy, for sure. Do I need to pay something for him to be able to read my comments? What comment did... I read your comment, didn't I, David? Yes, I said what sim rate... I said this. I don't use sim rate. Again, I just... As you saw, I was fighting the Grand Caravan in 35 to 40 knot crosswinds, so I apologize that it took me a few extra minutes to get to it, even though I think I replied to it pretty soon after the comment was made. But I do get to your comments. No, you do not have to pay for it. Again, I'm not like other channels that require super chats in order to be read. So, anyways, how to enable multiplayer. In settings, go to settings, and then there's an online section. From there you turn on multiplayer, make sure you're set to US East servers, and under flight conditions, that is where you want to have it set to all players. That way you'll see everybody. And nice big Chungus, I hope you enjoy the A1 when it comes out. Finally got my CJ4 yesterday, looking forward to 737. Very nice, Wraith. Jarrell, hello, hello. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Michael, I don't change anything with sensitivity. Everything is default for gyroscope for me. And nice, Charlotte, hopefully you can fly with us. Yeah, but I'm saying, what I'm talking about is you're holding circle and it immediately goes into reverse thrust. I don't want it doing that. I want it to go to idle while holding circle and then R1 circle to go into reverse thrust. I don't like the planes that just immediately go into it from the regular thing where there's no detent. And I understand it probably isn't a detent in the actual aircraft, but for simulation's sake I want it to stop at idle and then me holding R1 in circle to go into the detent like I do for like an airliner and stuff like that. It just makes it a whole lot easier because when you're fighting everything and you're focused on everything else, I don't want the plane to go into reverse and cause me to slow down more than I'm wanting to. That's what I'm talking about with the reverse thrust. I have a love-hate relationship with career mode at the moment. Keep on being assigned really short. Again, don't go for the brown runway icons. Just go for the green ones. If you go for the green airport icons, they're always going to be lit up. They're always going to be pretty much great-sized runways no matter what aircraft you're flying. And you don't run into that issue anymore. So, I can show that to you a little bit later, but it's just the green airport icons. Those are the ones I only focus on when I pick a mission in career mode, to avoid those headaches. Because if you go for the brown airports, you sometimes go to a drag strip because it's no longer an airport, and you just run into those situations. So definitely recommend sticking to the green airport icons when selecting a career mission. It pretty much eliminates all of those issues. I have had sim issues since I changed my RTX 37 to a Radeon 7900 XTX. Yay, MDA. Well, I'm sorry, Eagles. Hopefully that'll get resolved for you. Jesse, my game's constantly crashing. Again, I've not had a sim crash in... I don't even know how long at this point. Is it a specific mode where it's happening? Specific plane? Nice. That's the other reason I like the Grand Caravan, because you saw how insane it is to land that aircraft in high winds. But once you can kind of get that down, most of the other planes in high crosswinds are pretty much a breeze. That's why it's always nice flying the Grand Caravan, because once you get that thing down, you're going to be golden. But alright, we'll finally head north here. Just want to do one touch and go really quick on that. And you're welcome, Michael! Yes, I believe so, Michael. You should be able to just go into the marketplace like normal and upgrade from the standard edition disc. I love the Archer Midnight. It'll be awesome having career missions for it. But welcome to the stream, Taco. Oh, you're good, Monorific. Welcome back. But let us fly to mainland Japan on this blustery day. That's a fun airport to fly around, though, especially with the high wind conditions, because you have the downslope of the mountains on either side that pick up the gusts. The DC-40. I'm assuming that's a third-party add-on. I don't own that. Because the name does not ring a bell. So for skydiving missions, don't follow the blue boxes in the sky. That's not the way you do it. You're pretty much going into a dive with the Grand Caravan or the Skyhawk. You're not doing a traditional descent. You kind of have some fun with it. So if you're wondering why you keep getting low return time scores, that's why. You're not doing a traditional descent, going way out and then a long final. You're not going full nose dive down, but you're cruising at a pretty nice... You just cut that engine to idle and pretty much do a little something like this. So just idle it out, maintain that speed, that way you don't overstress the aircraft, and just keep that dive going. And then once you get close to the ground, level out, and then get back into the runway and land from that. So, you're not doing a traditional descent in the skydiving missions. And Bree, no, it'll still be, it's just springtime. It'll be a thing with Sim Update 5's release for PSVR 2 release. And yep, exactly, Wraith. Career mode? Yeah, I just did about 50 hours of airliner flights in the past week in career mode and not a single crash in any of that. Oh, I love my PSVR 2 random. I've been just doing it with Gran Turismo. But, yeah, I can't wait to do it with Flight Sim. It's gonna be awesome. And cost. Can you show a flight plan with autopilot on the Cessna? Are we talking like a 172? Because I can show it here too, because we're in... Yeah, I thought so, galore. Coming in here with your PC24, ruining my Titan audio? This is unbelievable. But yeah, if there's like a specific Cessna, I can always switch when we land. Because we'll do some touch and goes on these little islands we'll run into here in front of us. Oh, the DA40, gotcha. Okay, the diamond. I can check that out for you and see if I see anything odd. I mean, yeah, if you're flying over the mountains and everything like that, you get those weird effects, you know, where the plane will get pushed around because you're flying next to the slope of a mountain and everything like that. That absolutely does happen. Trim this out real quick. Keep a little right bank in here since the wind is wanting to shove us to the left. Well, actually, we should be... Yeah, we're in nav mode range already. Perfect. Hello, everybody! We made some good progress out of the island there. So, let me write this down here. Issues, question mark, DA40 brakes, no work, question mark. Did a 2.5-hour flight from Santa Barbara this morning, butter landing to, oh, very nice, hiker, very nice. Oh, absolutely, cost. So you just want to see it on the 172? That's easy enough. 172 AP. And CJ's, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Especially if you're... Yes, the Grand Canyon was a great example of that. There were moments where you were just getting shoved all over the place, especially when you're flying in the crevice of the canyon down there. Just bought my PC24 in career mode, very happy with it. Went from the Cessna 172 to Vision Jet to Grand Caravan, and now PC24. Nice, Charlotte. I love the PC24. It's my favorite one for medium cargo, for sure. And nice, Alan. The flight, my Aurora Borealis flight, was awesome because it was a heavy crosswind landing into Iceland as well. It's just, that's what I love about this sim is, even though I've spent so much time in it, there's so many different things that happen depending on what plane you're flying with different weather conditions, making everything feel new. No matter how many times you've flown or landed an aircraft, it always feels different depending on where in the world you're flying. Dealing with mountainous terrain at night, having the crosswind landings, and it's just... That's why there's nothing else like it. Just like nothing else, like the Archer Midnight and its multiplayer model not having any prop animation. I really hope that stuff can be successful, because... Oh, and he's back. Because it's a cool idea making it to be like a taxi service where it's hubbed in bigger cities and goes out to the smaller places in a range, and then just being able to travel to big cities that way sounds awesome. So we'll see what happens with the eVTOL range of products, because obviously we have the Joby as well in the sim. But the Archer Midnight is supposed to be the taxi service for the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. So we'll see how that all goes. About to fly or do a flight to Portland, setting it up to land at sunset. Portland Airport at the river at sunset. Can't wait. Oh, very nice, CJs. Hopefully it turns out to be a great flight for you. And I did not sell a single plane, so it was a nice grind to the PC-24. Nice, Charlotte. Very nice. I don't know why I keep saying Charlotte and then Charlotte. I keep going between the two. In career mode, you can't save whilst doing a mission and come back the next day. Is that right? Yes. Unfortunately, that is correct. I'm really hoping that's something, because everything's in the cloud. I don't know why it's not possible. I'm sure it will be at some point. It'd be nice to see it come sooner rather than later. Would love to be able to save flights and then return to them later. And Paul, there's nothing like, if you're still enjoying it with the 172 and making good credits from it, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you feel comfortable with it. Because obviously when you're switching out planes in career mode, it can be pretty daunting, especially when you get to the airliners. It's like, holy crap, I just spent 79 million credits for this. I don't want to crash this aircraft, you know? It's just, that feeling of it is just like, okay, let's make sure everything goes right here. So I completely understand that you just want to kind of focus on one thing, and then eventually when you feel comfortable enough to upgrade to a Vision Jet or a PC-12, stuff like that. Okay, perfect, Charlotte, perfect. So we'll skip this first island, because all that's there is a helipad, which is not going to be useful for us in a Titan. Nice. I love this Titan. Oh, we got another Kiwi? We got 2 Kiwis in the sky. At least I think New Zealand Kiwi's still around. Yes. Do you actually have your spoilers out? I'm assuming you do. That is a good way to rip off the spoilers. Last time I played last night, I flew for 45 minutes and made a great landing for me, and boom, the game crashed. Again, I've not had a crash in a few hundred hours now, a couple hundred hours. So I'm not sure. Flo, I'm not too versed in sim rate. I don't think there's a way to just, I mean, there might be a toggle to turn it off. I don't know if that resets it to real time or not. I'm sure somebody else will be able to help out. Revolutionary feature just added. I don't know what that is. I wish we could search for arriving airports in career mode. If we can do that, I had no idea. So, there's a couple ways of checking it out. When you highlight over a mission, just zoom out, keep highlighted on that mission, and you can see your arrival airport's icon. If it's a green one, go for it. If it's a brown one, I just avoid those at this point. The other way is click on the mission type, and then put the airport code in on your phone or whatever. See the airport from a lot of the airport database websites, and you can kind of see if you want to land there or not. FMJ's in it, or is it just, no, PC24, okay. It's no longer the A10, folks, it's the Archer Midnight now. Because we got a Grand Caravan next to us, the PC24 below. And happy to have you here, James. I appreciate it. Oh, of course, Sush. No doubt. I'm glad Red Bull finally changed something. I mean, my goodness, it's been years of just nothing changing on their livery, so it was nice to see their matte paint is gone. And of course, the Haas livery. Ooh, that Archer Midnight looks great next to us here, even though I don't think this is the Grand Caravan, right? Yes. It'll be nice once they... What is this? I love that it actually shows the tail numbers now. That's awesome. GTA 6 confirmed to release, everybody. Or is this a Microsoft Flight Sim GTA collaboration here? I had to zoom in there because I was like, I know I'm not reading that wrong. That was fantastic. I'm ready to have it back. I hate these breaks in between. Even though it goes for pretty much the whole year, it still feels like such a long gap between F1 enjoyment. Really excited to see how Apple TV will handle the broadcasting here in the States. Excited about that. It's gonna be awesome, all the new regs. This plane's so, I love the look of it. Love the sound of it. But then again, if you give me a general aviation aircraft, I'll pretty much always be happy with it. Got the nice waves going on in the water down below. PC-12 from Jaden flying by. And then everybody else flying along with us. Always appreciate you guys popping on in. Hopefully you're enjoying the flight so far. Toyota LMP car. Greg, I'm not sure what that is, but I believe you. Oh, right. The 408's the Sky Courier. That's right. I always get those two mixed up, but nice. I love the Sky Courier as well. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, too, with Audi being here now. Don't have to see that ugly kick livery anymore. I still don't know where Kick got all that money from anyways, but anyways. I'm just glad I don't have to see it anymore. And then, of course, Ford supplying the engine for Red Bull. Or the... Yeah, right? The engine. Powertrain. Whatever. Either way, Ford and Red Bull. It's going to be... It's going to be an exciting year. At least I hope so. Is there any word of the New York street circuit in the U.S., Cal? Or was the money spent to get streets ready just waste? New York street circuit for F1? I've honestly never heard about that. So I do not know. That's right, it's the power... I do not want to see a tree. Break out of autopilot, please. Every time we talk about F1, things go wrong, folks. Woo! When you're flying, you do not want to see a tree as you're making your way towards an island. I completely forgot about the island, I'm going to be honest with you. Ooh. Why didn't you say anything, co-pilot? You just stared right at the island, getting closer and closer. This is unbelievable. This is fantastic. That'll wake you up in the morning, huh? Just wanted to see if we see any birds, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and engage our autopilot here. Get her heading over. Ah, isn't this peaceful, everybody? And Audi's reveals in the next 5 minutes? Nice. I'm excited to see what they look like. Same with Cadillac. Because they're... I like the way their test livery looks like. Their shakedown one. Just carbon fiber with the Cadillac logo on the back middle portion of the aircraft. Or the aircraft. The F1 vehicle. It's going to be awesome. Alright. So let's go ahead and altitude hold, please. Should be in nav mode now. Yes. Perfect. And nothing almost went wrong. Copilot must work for free, apparently. It was supposed to start the same year as Miami, but was pushed back, and all of a sudden, oh, that's alright. I don't really want to see a New York race. Alpine are using Mercedes engines this year. It's just a great mix-up everywhere. It's awesome. By the way, there's a tree there. Oh, thank you, CJs. I appreciate it. I'm really hoping, and no, not because it's a U.S. team, or U.S.-based company, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, Cadillac. I really want to see Perez and Bottas have great success. It'd be really nice to see that. Definitely hoping the best for them. I want to see a New York race at Watkins Glen. I mean, that'd be cool. For sure. But, yeah, it seems like so far everything's blue this year. A lot of blue going on. At least we know we don't get blue from Ferrari or McLaren, except for Ferrari's blue HP logo. Which is funny how many people do not like the blue logo. From the, you know, obviously HP's logo is that. But, yep, definitely looking forward to this season. Yeah, I mean, it's just... I doubt it was Hamilton. I feel like Ferrari just gave him just... I mean, in general, Ferrari just gave out a crap car to both their drivers, I think. So it'll be interesting to see if they can have a much better year. Because last year was not ideal. Look at this volcano. This is awesome. Alright, here, hang on. I'm not gonna put my gears down yet. That's not gonna happen. Just hang on. I'm not putting the gears down just yet. Because there should be an airport on the other side of this volcano, if I'm not mistaken. Perez was the only teammate that somewhat could compete with Verstappen. I think he's going to destroy. Oh, I don't know about that. Well, I'm hoping it'll be a nice mix between the two. It'd be nice to see a great battle going on. Because all I know, I like both drivers. I wish them both success this year with Cadillac. Yeah, it's just, it's a weird thing with Red Bull for sure. That's a giant volcano, my goodness. I'll put this down already so I don't have to hear you right now. I'm not in the mood to hear that all the way down. Oh, for sure, CJ. I mean, yeah, they didn't really bring anything substantial at all for most of that season, so we'll see if that time has paid off for this year. Look how cool that looks. All the runoff from rain and everything, creating the little gaps. Not gaps, but... It's the one thing I'll never get over with this sim is the fact that this is the full world. It isn't just a smaller version of it, it's just We're flying around a full recreation of it. And I love that. Hook endorsement for the helicopter is brutal. I really don't even remember how that was like. Maybe I'll end off the stream by redoing it here. But that'll be a little bit later. Oh no, that's actually, no, I do remember that. That's the one that was glitched out for a bit. We can do that really quick, because I need to switch planes anyway. So just stay here, everybody. I'll be back. We'll check out the DA-40, the Diamond. Make sure the brakes are fine on that. Ooh, look at that crosswind. Oh my. We're almost sideways going onto the runway here. Get some right rudder going. Oh, bounced it a little bit. A little hop. Ooh, the crosswind is no joke outside Japan right now. Even more so than it was at the other airport we were at. Let's watch some landings really quick. But again, stay here, guys. I'll be right back. Just going to do a quick little test on the hook endorsement. Oh, FMJ and a Saab 340. Nice. And Mister is in a... Alright, you are actually in the midnight. Nice. Hang on. FMJ's coming in here. Oh, very nice. How's the Archer doing? It's on the ground. Very nice. Jaden coming on in with a PC-12. I don't know why nobody's gears are show. Oh, there they are. Never mind. Very nice. Seemed like everybody else was not dealing with the same wind, though. Like, there wasn't any crabbing or anything. Why was I dealing with hurricane winds out here? Oh, I didn't... Oh, did I... What did your tail number say? Hang on. I think it was blank for me, though. I didn't see anything on the stream playback. Alright, so again, you guys can just stick around there. I'll be right back. Gonna do a quick little test here on the hook endorsement certification. Absolutely, CJs. Yeah, exactly, Paul. I love it. When you fly around the volcanoes in Indonesia, they actually have the mud volcanoes around the base modeled too. Yeah, because everything is from satellite imagery, and 24 introduced new terrain technology to match it a lot better than it was before. It's just the amount of tech that's in this sim.
You will be able to fly cargo lift operations as the pilot in command once you pass this test. We are going to simulate a standard cargo retrieval and delivery operation at the Pic-du-Midi Bigor Observatory. Follow the indicated coordinates and fly to the retrieval site.
Why am I... Did I pause on accident? Oh, I somehow paused the sim. I don't remember doing that, but I was wondering what was going on. Alright. Don't want to move this around too much here. Hang on. Try to straighten that out a little bit.
Maintain your hover and wait for the ground team to detach the cargo. Cargo is secured. Let's fly back towards the lake for debrief. You did great. Congratulations on passing the hook endorsement. Looking forward to see you fly more cargo delivery missions.
The only time, if I'm flying solo, there's really no stuttering going on whatsoever. Multiplayer you run into a little bit just because of some multiplayer things that need to be worked on still. If people are flying next to you or loading in, you get those stutters going on, but yeah, solo play, it's been pretty much excellent. We won't be doing it from Lisbon, but we will still be doing the Cessna stuff. So again, with helicopters, I highly recommend having the assists on. So if you go to settings, assistances, make sure you have the helicopters assisted cyclic, tail rotor, and collective on. But let me do it without any of that, just to see how I do, because I don't really fly with it too much. But let me do that one more time without the assists. And Sabir, no work. Don't be apologizing. It's all good. I know everybody has their own lives and focusing on everything else, so just happy you made it to the stream at some point. I appreciate it.
You will be able to fly cargo lift operations as the pilot in command once you pass this test. We're going to simulate a standard cargo retrieval and delivery operation at the PIC 2 Mini Big Ore Observatory.
But yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. It's just, don't rush it, especially if you're just still learning how to fly the helicopters and everything like that. I am also using the gyroscope, of course. I know, shocker.
Transition into a hover once you are 30 feet above the cargo area.
Because you're always wanting that right tail rotor going on. Because if you don't, you're going to spin to the left a lot. So I'm just gently pushing the right trigger down.
Time to deliver the cargo. The retrieval crew is waiting at the observatory.
But I mean, in general, you're wanting to be kind of slow with everything, especially in these parts of the mission. Because if you go too fast, you're going to have the cargo swinging all over the place. This is another area that I cannot wait for VR. This is going to be so nice to have, and actually being able to look down. I'm going to quit talking here so I can focus, because obviously talking is not working out very well for us. Come on. Ooh, I don't want that. Oh, don't slam it into the observatory. But this is why I do have the assists on, because if you don't have a full helicopter setup, it's just, for me, I don't find the helicopters to be enjoyable to fly. Because if you don't have the full-on collective and everything, it's just... I don't think you ever really get to a point where you have great control over the helicopters. Because every little tiny detail, you try to correct it, but it's just, you overcorrect it, and then you make it more difficult on yourself. Which is why I always highly recommend having the assists on if you don't have a full-on helicopter setup. Because, I mean, I'm trying everything to make sure I'm doing the finest of details just to make sure the helicopter doesn't freak the cargo out. I don't put too much tail rotor in. It's just, it gets too crazy too fast, and there's really no way of kind of avoiding that. Because everything can look fine, and then all of a sudden a gust comes in or something else, and it throws the whole thing off.
Maintain your hover and wait for the ground team to detach the cargo.
Oh, I'm just trying to keep it on the... Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's just... It's not enjoyable. It really isn't, because it's just... You try to do everything right, but it's just... There's no way of doing it. At all. And it's just... It's not fun in the slightest. The only way that would be fun is if you have, like, a full-on helicopter setup in your office or room or wherever you fly. But without that... I recommend these three, because you're just going to be sitting there not having a fun time with helicopters. Because no matter how fine of just light touches on the button, it just, it makes everything go crazy. Because I want to have a fun experience and not a just chaotic experience the whole time I fly helicopters. Because if these assists weren't here, I probably wouldn't fly helicopters too much, or not as much as I do now, thanks to career mode. Because, I mean, you're still having to do some, but it's not as extreme as it is without the assists.
Let's fly back towards the lake for debrief.
So, that's my recommendation. Have those three assists on with the tail rotor, the collective, and the... why do I always forget the third one? Tail rotor, collective, and...
Well, and completed the hook endorsement.
Cyclic. That's right. But anyways, there we go. So that's the difference between the assists being on and off. If you want a fun experience, you have them on. But alright, anyways, let's go back over to Japan. Oh, that's where we started. So everybody should be here. Yeah, there's everybody. So let me get in the DA40 really quick. See if there's any issues with the brakes.
Tokyo Tower, Diamond Charlie Oscar Whiskey Tango Whiskey.
I don't really do the special missions because they're not worth the time with the money that you get from it. Haven't caught a stream in about a month. Nice to be here again. Happy New Year. GSR, welcome back. Hopefully you're having a great start to 2026. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna need to change the weather here because this is not the aircraft to be in high winds, apparently. I just want to see if the brakes work here. We're going to land this in the wind, it's fine. And then after that, we'll hop in the 172. Just to kind of do an autopilot tutorial really quick. Oh my goodness. This must be done on purpose. You can't tell. This must be coordinated, folks. But no issues with the brakes. Don't mind us getting pushed off the runway because of the wind, but the brakes are functioning as intended. So I'm not seeing anything wrong with that. Alright, that is done. Next, to the 172. I'm not going to fly it, but you'll kind of just get the basics of it here. I mean, I guess I will fly it a little bit here. Here, let me just park up over on the side of the runway here. The helicopter assists are not on by default. I mean, I guess if you set it up, I mean, I don't really know how it is. I always have it set to custom and pretty much everything else off, so I'm not sure what your settings are. I would just double check it to make sure. And you're welcome, Jason. Yeah, but lowering sim rate isn't something I should be doing in order to have the helicopter be controllable. It's just, again, have the assists on, makes it a whole lot better. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so, let's say we want to do a flight plan with this. We're going to go ahead and hit FPL here. Also disengage that. We're starting at RJTQ, or Romeo Juliet Tango Quebec. Oh, that's right. Go down one here. So we're going to put in Romeo. Juliet. Tango. And then Quebec. We're gonna hit enter on that. Runway, whatever, who cares? 20 is perfect, you know. And then if you wanted to add waypoints, you could do that. So let's just use the example Thai 04, Tango India Echo 04. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. We'll enter that. So we now have our departure. We have a waypoint. And what's Tokyo again? I mean, we're not going to go to Tokyo, but just as an example here. Is that an HJ? Oh no, RJTT. Alright, perfect. So, that'll be our only waypoint. Go down to destination. We're going to set this to R. Is it RJ? Oh, it's RJTT. I almost went 2 J's there. We're gonna hit enter. Runway. Oh shoot! I didn't put the runway in there. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much here, anyways. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. And there we go. So, our flight plan is done. Close that menu out. So now we have a departure, a waypoint. Could I always add more waypoints if you wanted to. Let me try to... Oh shoot, I don't have my gyroscope on. That's why. Hang on. Don't recommend flying these aircraft in the high winds, by the way. Forgot I turned off the gyroscope. I was moving the controller. What's happening? And then again, you're wanting to make sure... I think the 172 is always set to that, but sometimes it could be set to... Sometimes it could be set to localizer 1. So you'll want to make sure you're set to GPS. That way when you hit nav mode and autopilot, your aircraft will follow that waypoint. So that flight plan we just created, the aircraft will follow it. It'll turn left at the waypoint that we have set and then make its way over to Tokyo. And your autopilot will have issues with the high winds, because again, wouldn't really be flying this aircraft in these winds anyways. And there you go. I don't need to do that. There we go. And that's how you do autopilot in the 172. Am I still in gyroscope mode? Sorry? We're not syncing. So, you're talking about this? This is just a direct flight if you want that. Flight plan is to set up a waypoint, so you'd use direct to if you're just wanting to go straight across without any turns or any waypoints. You would put in, like, example, the Kila, or... What did I put in? Romeo. So you put a Romeo, Juliet, Tango, Tango if you just wanted a direct flight to Tokyo from where you're taking off from. Flight plan is to set up a departure, waypoints for the en route, and then your destination where you pick the runway and everything like that. And that's that. So there we go. So private charter flights have less missions, private VIP flights have a ton. So if you're flying Vision jets and everything like that, you're pretty limited with missions still. I mean, some of them are back, but if you have the CJ4, the Longitude, any of that, I would show up. I don't have the plane anymore. So yeah, so private charter missions are light, but private VIP missions are not. They're missions all over the place. But alright, let's start making our way to Tokyo here. I'm going to switch out of that plane, though. You're welcome, Cost. Um... Back into my albatross. Regarding PlayStation Marketplace, nope, that'll be in the spring with Sim Update 5.
Tokyo Tower.
And Christian, we are flying at...
November. Ready for departing straight out at runway 02.
We're taking off from Romeo Juliet Tango Quebec and heading to Tokyo from here. This feels abnormally slow. Maybe I'm just so used to... Well, I mean, the Titan is a fast plane. Maybe I'm just used to that. Get the wind up here. Oh, it is a headwind, so that's slowing us down for sure. All right. Now off to Tokyo we go. Let's climb to... Trim this out so I can not pay attention to this for a little bit. All right. $3,000. Set up our heading facing where we're looking. And there we go. The Twin is in the ocean. Well, if you bring the time back, you should be able to see it, because if it's a live weather one, the missions change throughout the day. But you can always scrub back, and the mission that you were wanting to do should pop in there. Hey, Breaking Wild! Hard to drop in now after back at work after Christmas. It's all good. Happy to have you here in any capacity. Very much appreciate it. Got yourself a PSVR 2 this week. Oh, very nice. In readiness for Flight Sim and Aces of Thunder. Very cool. You are all set up then. I actually wrote Aces of Thunder to see if I can show you some PlayStation gameplay early, but I haven't heard from them, so you'll probably see that when it releases then. They've oddly not shown any PlayStation footage yet. I'm wondering what the deal is with that, so we'll see. But either way, I'll grab it, and we'll do a video or two over it. We'll see, probably a live stream as well. Do some live dogfighting. I'll probably be trash at it. Oh, the T6 looks awesome. Love it, Lincoln. Oh my. I'm sure that 737's almost stalling out. Oh, and Oscar and the Beluga, I love it. The 737's just a little loud. I need to look at that from the window here. Look, kids, there's a 737 flying outside the aircraft. Nice. Why does it look miniature? Why is it? It looks really small. Oh, because it's not the 800 or the Max 8. It's just a random passive aircraft. I was like, why does it look so small? Oh, and here comes Galore in a 737 PC-24. I love how the sim just picks random stuff. Now it's a Dash 500 there. No wonder. I was like, it looks like a miniature version of the 737 we fly in the sim. And that is why. Interesting. Now everybody's turning into a 737. We've upgraded from A10s to Archer Midnights to now... Oh my goodness gracious. And Abe Lincoln is going to shoot us down now. Everything is going chaotic. There is a Beluga that... Oh wait, is Shadow in a DC-3? Ah yes, and it's not a 737. Excellent. I can't get over how loud this aircraft is. Holy crap. Let's go inside and relax. I've been looking at the new ROG glasses. What is that? AR glasses. Lets you game anywhere on a 171-inch, 240 hertz virtual screen. That's pretty interesting. Well, if you get it, FMJ, I hope you enjoy it. And Joe, we just took off from Romeo Juliet Tango, Quebec. RJTQ, and we're heading straight north from that. Well, northeast-ish. Actually, I need to turn to the left a little bit, but we're heading to Tokyo. Get a little left turn in there. Ooh, I didn't realize this little leather stitching thing going on here. Nice. Now, if this can get into career, I would be very happy. Do some search and rescue missions with it. Cargo missions, passenger transport. I'd fly this thing a lot. I mean, I already fly it a lot in free flight, because my favorite watercraft aircraft in the sim. I really hope we get the Embraers in here too. I'd love to fly those for passenger transport. I like these aircraft. Hey, it's Marco in the Sky Courier now. Nice. Hang on, I really need to retract those gear or landing gear. Goodness gracious, landing lights. I think it's right. De-icer. Ah, there they are. SU5 will release in the spring. Beta probably going to start next week. And yes, weirdly, you absolutely can. Holding L1 and then FPS left and right trigger to move and look around. Left trigger to lower the camera. Right trigger to raise the camera. And all this is while holding L1 the whole time. That's how you can walk around the aircraft. No, Jimmy, it'll be PSVR 2 compatible with the Sim Update 5 release. So in the springtime for that as well. What are you actually flying here? I need to see that. But it's a cool way. That's how you can kind of get your own angles. I don't have the nose cone on this one, but this right here is why all those camera add-ons that come out in the marketplace are just... Oh, okay, there's a wing. Are just pointless to me. I did not know that. I need to load up now and do it. Nice! But yeah, it's an awesome feature, Weirdy. Oh yeah, I'm talking about actual flying Embraer ones that we can actually fly, not the passive aircraft, is what I mean by that. Because I'd love to have that in the catalog. This looks like a great opportunity to take a picture. Nice. Even Japan Airlines is in the picture. AI flights have been acting really weird though, especially in career mode. You see them and then when they get close they disappear, so... weird things need to be worked on there. Oh, you're in the 707. Okay. That's why I'm not seeing your plane. Going 737 MAX 8. Look at this gaggle of planes. Or this flock of planes. Oh, there's a boat. If I was in a helicopter, I'd land on it. Nice. Oh, there goes a goose. Is it because it wasn't a functional one, FMJ? I will never understand the whole fascination of toilets. It's something else. By the way, that sound pack that came out apparently was already removed from the Xbox marketplace because it wasn't... It's weird because, you know, okay, originally Asobo would QA everything that would go through the marketplace. You know, quality assurance. They would test it, make sure it functions. But so many people kept getting mad at him, like, oh, it's taking too long for add-ons to come to the marketplace. So Asobo's like, okay, we're going to remove our quality assurance from this. We're not going to test things out anymore. That will be up to the developers to test their own products to make sure it works on everything. And obviously SoFly did not test their product on the console because it was so broken that it was removed from the console. And I think even on PC it's sitting at like a 1.5 out of 5, so it's just, again, there's a lot of those add-ons, you know, for sound and everything. Like, I get like Echo 19 things for specific planes, but these add-ons that replace everything audio-wise from every plane, it never made any sense to me. So, because even in that video I said I don't know how that would work, and apparently it didn't work very well, so... I'm not surprised, because honestly, I'm not very picky about audio. As long as it sounds good to me, it's just like, okay, I'm good. But I mean, we've done stuff with Echo 19 before, like the Cessna 172. Don't get me wrong, it sounds awesome after the audio pack. So if you're getting something specifically made for one plane, you're way better off than these sim-wide audio packs. I never understood those. Because it always seems to me like it'll be a hassle. It's like, okay, now I need to turn this off again because this plane I like the audio for. I don't want to have this on for... It just turns into such a mess. At least that's the way I look at it when I see those types of add-ons come to the marketplace. But yeah, really wasn't surprised that the Xbox version was removed from the marketplace. Because it just, I don't know. Because just a warning to everybody that the more things you add, especially when it comes to all those types of things that change the way the sim is loading in things, you're going to probably run into more issues, more crashes, more oddities that you weren't seeing before. So just keep that in mind when the marketplace does arrive on the PlayStation, that if you're getting those types of add-ons and things start going wrong, remove those add-ons and see if it continues happening before you go to the flight sim forums and say, oh, this is crashing. Because there's a lot of the times where so many of these issues that occur on PC and Xbox are due to the hundreds of add-ons and mods that people put into the sim, and then they think it's the fault of the sim and everything like that. So just keep that in mind when it comes to those add-ons. If things start going wrong, just remove a few of them. See if those issues continue to happen, because if not, you know you can direct that attention to the developer of the add-on as opposed to Asobo. So it's something you need to keep in mind. The more you add to the sim, because if you're doing planes and helicopters and stuff, you're not going to have issues with it. You know, scenery stuff, airports, you might have some optimization troubles. It seems like most of the developers who do airports now have kind of honed that in, where that's not much of an issue anymore. So planes and airports and sceneries, you're not going to run into major issues with the sim after that. It's just when you get into those audio packs and all this other type of stuff. Liveries are fine too, that's not going to cause any major mayhem. But the sim changing things are ones to be wary of. Which is why I don't buy them anywhere. Like on PC, I don't mod my sim. I try to keep it as vanilla as possible. And the only thing I ever buy is those planes, aircraft, airports, and scenery. Other than that, I don't need system or sim-wide audio changes and visual changes, adding Google or Apple Maps to the sim. I don't need it. You know, it's just I don't want the headache of having more issues arise because of those things. Is all I'm saying, so. Things like Say Intentions and Beyond ATC, those are only going to be on PC. Because those all require third-party programs and things that aren't allowed on console. So, if they somehow can make it work through the marketplace, I doubt it because it has all its other stuff, which is why it's currently only on PC. I'd be surprised if that stuff makes it over. Again, Beyond ATC, I believe, are working with Asobo to improve the in-sim ATC stuff. So we'll see if some of those changes will happen this year. But yes, those third-party programs are not going to be on console, at least not at the moment. And I am too, FMJ. Can't wait to get my C160, get the T34B from Coronado. Those are my two first purchases, absolutely, without a doubt. My Colorado Springs Airport add-on, hopefully that'll be there day one as well. Because again, we don't know what specifically will be available. My guess, and what I'm hoping for, is a pretty stocked up marketplace to kind of match as close as possible to what PC and Xbox has. But we'll again, of course, see that when we get closer to it. We may even see a bit of maybe VR and marketplace in the beta on PlayStation. It would be nice to test that out early, see how everything's going, but not 100% sure on that just yet. We'll have to wait and see once the beta starts. Every time I skip a descent in the DC-2, it nosedives and it is not recoverable. And that's very good. Just another reason why I do not skip in career mode. But I'm pretty sure that's been reported. Feels like something I've heard about before. So hopefully it'll be fixed for you soon. Get slapped in the face by a 737 tail. But yeah, let me look back what they said last Thursday in the development update here. Because 2 weeks ago they said that, you know, it's a couple weeks out, and then last Thursday, they said the team remains hard at work on Sim Update 5 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We are targeting the public beta to begin soon. So I would take that as next week, if previous announcements were something to go off of. It'd be cool if it happened this week, but I'd be surprised. My bet is next week for that, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait to get back into my sim update videos, talking about all the beta change logs, and of course streaming on PC, Xbox, and now PlayStation, testing things out, and seeing how everything's going. I always forget the button for it. I'll just do it through here. Uh-oh, that DC-3 barrel roll is not looking good. Oh, did you recover it? Oh. Okay, you actually had quite a bit of altitude there. It looked a lot closer from our angle. Very nice. So there's a lot of people over in Tokyo. I see some names. Okay, it's actually 2. It just looked like a lot more there. The black lines in the ocean seem to be getting back stronger and stronger as well. Still something to get worked on there. We got Phantom. That looks awesome. Is it R1X? R1 circle? Ah, it's L1X. That's how you toggle follow mode off. Okay. I would guarantee that the marketplace will probably start with a sale. I think that would be a great introduction to the marketplace. I'm sure a lot of the third-party devs would be pretty happy doing that as well. Are we okay? What are we doing? Are we hitting some wind? Are we getting wake turbulence from the Beluga? Oh, I think we are. That's actually kind of cool. But yeah, I would like that too. I think that would be a great introduction to the marketplace with just a sale right off the bat, since PlayStation players missed out on the Christmas one. I'd like that. Any chance PS5 gets a minor sale soon? Oh, and that's pretty funny. Oh, that's probably why okay. Oh, if we're talking just the overall sim, no, because the sim has never been discounted on PC or Xbox. So if we're talking about a discount on the sim itself, it has not happened. But marketplace items have sales all the time in the sim. Snow Road Toad? Oh no, to glory. I don't know where I got Toad from on that, but hello, Snow. It's a great spot for a picture there with that sunset. Oh, and the DC. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Just a bit of different planes going on, Sush. And wild, if the marketplace doesn't release with a sale, I'll need to remortgage my house to buy my wish list. I mean, there's a lot of great planes out there, but right now there's 2 that I'm absolutely going to buy regarding aircraft. And then, of course, my Colorado Springs Airport are my top 3 things that I'm going to buy right off the bat. And Rasterith. Rasta. What did I always say? I think it was Rasta that I was always saying. Watching, guys, while I'm on my first medium cargo job with my new Cessna Grand Caravan. Ooh, very nice. Gonna start making some great money. Happy to have you here at the stream. I mean, yeah, I don't really remember 2020 anymore. All I'm saying is 24 has not received any discounts. And that's well over a year old now. But I suppose we shall see. Let's see. Let's go and move our heading over to the left a little bit. We're also going to drop our altitude to 2,000 feet. Bring the throttle back just a little bit. We're not going too fast anyways, so... because we're still dealing with a bit of a headwind, 10 knots. And then we'll make our way into Tokyo. Oh, I need to get some water. Ooh, and Simon in a CL415. Nice. Don't see that one flying around too much. Oh, and the CL415 has destroyed my Albatross, and is about to destroy my camera. How dare you! Get our speed back up here. Now that we're done with that hefty 1,000-foot descent. And you know what? I'm gonna go for a little water landing here. It seems like the water is calm enough for us to get on the water. We'll see. We've got to do some water landings here instead of just taking off from a runway and landing on a runway. Oh, look at the sun hitting the cockpit here. It's below the clouds now. Nice. Oh, and FMJ is in an invisible UFO. A lot of people are invisible. Wait, why is everybody invisible now? What happened? Is it because I wanted to do a water landing? great with the sunset back there. I want to see the CL415 down there. And GDA, hello, hello! Welcome to the stream. Oh, what's going on? That looks cool over there. May as well go take a look. Ah, yes, it's the Shirahamaru. Shiramaru. Yes. That is how you say that ship's name. And we have this little one, little fishing boat, maybe? Oh no, it's a tug. Oh, really? You know, I honestly haven't even... I don't think I ever messed with it with Sim Update 4, so it's a good possibility. That would be nice to see. I'll definitely have to test that out again. Because that would be nice, because that thing was so finicky. It was insane. But thanks for letting us know, BJ. Oh, it looks really cool with everybody spread out like this. Awesome colors in the sky, too. Cessna Corvallis. Oh, I love that plane too. That's an awesome one, Chris. Great liveries on it as well. And multiplayer. In an Airbus A320neo, I believe. Joe, we are just southeast of, or southwest of Tokyo at the moment. And that is our final destination, of course. We're going to kind of follow this peninsula, go into the heart of Tokyo, probably go over downtown a little bit, and then land. This is why I love flying around Tokyo now, though, is the absolute ginormous size of photogrammic imagery. And that's what makes me excited about Future World and City Updates is it seems like they're putting way more work into it, because I can only imagine how much work this was to do this amount of photogrammic imagery. Because if you flew around Tokyo before the update, I mean, it wasn't a very fun place to fly around, but now, just miles and miles and miles of what it looks like in real life. Just awesome. Just like that power plant there. Heading, please, and altitude hold mode, please. Oh, that's already on. Perfect. way we can get our showcase camera going on again. And February should be our next world update as well. So, we'll see where that's at. We don't know just yet. Is that a market or something? And Top Ramen, yeah, just like I mean, you probably heard anyways, but it's just southwest of Tokyo. Oh, nice. A little surprise visit by the CL415. Oops, I did not mean to hit that button. Hang on. I was trying to... That works. Hayoshi? That's a cool road right there up on the hill, going between the two valleys there. And our G is with a boat, I think? Oh my, that's an aircraft carrier. Detour. I bet there's a lot of artifacts on top, though. Since it's a photogrammic ship. But we may as well take a little look at it. I see that, Joe. Right as I turned around, I was like, that looks like an aircraft carrier. I have an issue whenever I try free flight, I don't know what to fly. I mean, the thing I recommend is fly something that you're really liking and just kind of get more and more used to it. Or you can always fly something you've never flown before and you want to try something different without the worries of money being involved. Oh my, that looks like there's a lot of stuff on there. I don't think I can land on that. We're gonna just crash the thing out, I think. Oh my goodness. Did you actually land that, or did you slew mode a DC-3 on there? There's so much stuff on the deck. Yeah, there's no way. I'm gonna clip on everything. That's cool, though. Yep, something's wrong with my power on this. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do. I'm pulling up, and it's just not doing any... I don't know what's happening. Are you okay, plane? It's very odd. I think for the PlayStation version, I'll probably get Miltech's aircraft carriers, because then you can spawn them in and land on them, have all that system going on. Especially if you're really into the fighter jets, you can have all those launches going. Because, yeah, there's no way I'll be able to land this behemoth on there. I'll clip one box and it'll be over. Got a helipad, though. Oh, I see a Hercules. The first 737 MAX mission? Are we talking about the certification one where you take off, loop around, and... Well, actually, do you do that with the 7? I don't really remember anymore. Whew. But yeah, this doesn't feel like it's going... Because there's no way 114 is its top speed. Yeah, 140. Something's odd. It's not because of the gust lock, or else we wouldn't be flying anything. I'm not sure what it is. Because I've wondered why we felt kind of underpowered this whole time. Nice, Phantom. And the first Gold Star mission? Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure then. The only thing I can recommend is holding R1 and an X once you're at the full power, just to make sure you're actually going into Toga. And that's the other thing too, is your trim might be set to -4. If you're not changing that, you're not going to have a great time taking off. And that'll be right to the right side of the pilot's right leg. So be sure to check that as well. No specific date, just spring is the target range for Sim Update 5, which will then, of course, bring the marketplace and all that stuff with third-party content. Another shipyard. Looks cool seeing the ships down there, too. Oh, look at the smokestack. Oh, look at the power plant. Oh, that's cool. I love power plants. They're very fascinating to me. You know, we've seen a lot of boats and none of them are placed weird, which is nice to see. Oh my goodness gracious. There's a Hercules. Ooh, this bridge is bright over here on the right. The one thing I still want to see improved from the night flights is the skyscrapers lighting. I've never liked the night lighting on the skyscrapers. It just never looks good. Would love to see that improved for sure. Because it's just too much of that ugly, blocky, like, I don't know. That tower looks good with the orange lights. That looks more natural. But the other ones, they don't look natural at all. And I don't like it. Would love to see that improved. And the reason that tower is different is that's a handmade one. But can we just put that lighting texture on the other towers too? Because that would just make me very happy. Bunker. I think you already know what's happening. And, Oliver, we're actually about to wrap things on up, but we're just south of Tokyo. Actually, we're pretty much in Tokyo at this point. And we're always on US East servers. The sim does not like that bridge. My frame rate. It's probably a mix of multiplayer and bridge, but it was not happy with that. There goes the Hercules under the bridge. I'm pretty sure there was a skip on the water there, but nice. No, I spoke too soon about the boat. I see one kind of angled wrong. But yeah, I still don't know why my Albatross is underpowered right now. Very odd. I'm gonna go for this runway over here on the right. Oh, look at the red LEDs, by the way. Nice. Let's go ahead and get our lights back down. I hope this ocean, Blue Baby Ocean, is seeing this absolutely ginormous group of names coming into the airport and wondering what is happening. Is there a cross runway over there? Maybe I'll go for that one. Oh, there is. Perfect. I'll land over there then. Oh, blue baby. We're here to overload Tokyo's airport. Be prepared. They've been here for a while, so they're probably in an airliner. Yep, A320. And Robin, this is the Albatross. The G111 variation of it. There's also an HU-16. This was part of the deluxe edition of the sim. Love this plane. Yep, you can also get it with, you know, more period correct avionics too if you want to. I just always prefer the retrofit. And we have arrived to Tokyo. Nice. And we'll go park over by Blue Baby. Just a random simulator player. Out comes the beluga. Nice, already on the ground and everything. Lovely. Also flying outsized cargo to your destination. Why did they just... Where'd Blue Baby go? Oh, were they paused? Maybe that's why. They're not actually here. That's just an AI plane that I saw. Dang! They were supposed to be here to see all this. Fine, whatever then. Way to ruin an ocean. I was wondering why they were here for so long. Had a little too much speed with the 737. Chris is bouncing behind it. Oh, okay. Oh, and Chris is drifting on the runway. Very nice. And Yeet is invisible. And that is an AI plane. Nice. Look at that. That's how we pack up a lovely airport right here. Oh, oh, hang on. We got a goose landing? Oh no, a flyby. Galore has bailed on the landing. Oh, we got Abe Lincoln as well coming in. Oh. What in the world? G-Daggy in a boom. And multiplayer. Wow, you guys are way back there. Oh, probably Chris. I would not doubt that. Well, alright everybody. I mean, I guess they might be here. They're just... my planes are disappearing more and more here. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed another PlayStation 5 Pro stream. Thank you, as usual, for you guys showing up in the sim as well. It's always awesome to fly with everybody. Is that a race suit? What in the world going on here? Nice. But yeah, so thank you guys, as usual, for showing up in the sim and in the chat for the live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yet another stream. Again, next week should be an exciting one with Sim Update 5's beta probably going to be starting then. Again, that's me. That isn't Asobo saying it. So if it doesn't happen, we'll be mad at Asobo. I'm just guessing, but it's going to be fun. Really excited to see what's going to be included in that beta. I would love to see VR and the marketplace get some third-party stuff just to kind of test things, see how things are going with it. And then whatever else is available for that. And Red Guru, we just finished up a flight around Japan for today. But thanks for stopping by anyways. Happy to see you. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And I will talk to you guys next time. Goodbye!